Good afternoon, everybody. This is Daniel with Peace and Plenty Farms. So this is a nice cool fall day that we're having. The last couple of days it was in the high 80s, but I haven't videotaped lately. I've just been so busy. It's just been as quick as I can go with the goats coming in and the sheep coming in and the pigs coming in and having to work around them. I'm going to show you all that's been going on here lately, but it's been every second, every minute, it's just been rush. So what I did is I spread out all the females that I had into my, I call this the row house here. So I've got nothing but females all the way down through here. And of course the free range chickens are out looking for something. But what I do is I take my males and I mark them A, B. This time I'm doing 3, A, B, C. And I'll write down when I put the male in there. So we did A and we did B here and we did C here. And then that was on the 16th. And then usually 3 days later, but it ended up being the 22nd. Just so much going on around here. I moved A to here, B to this one, and C here on the 22nd. Now, I just moved this rabbit here. This rabbit here, I think she died. This one died. I don't know what happened, old age or something. I just came out here and she was gone, so I lost that one. But here he is now. I just put him in there on the last night, the 29th. That's A. B's in here, and male C is in here. So we've got them so that they can we'll count. We can count down from there, and 28 days for gestation, and then 28 days for gestation, and then we can go from there 12 weeks and separate her out, and then separate them out once they get big enough. So I've done a lot of videos on water. I did one video on the watering system, and I can tell you that this rain gutter is the way to go. You only have to check just this one spot. You don't have to check each cage individually. If this is full right here, then it's full all the way down, and it's got to clean out on the other end, and they can lay against it and stay cool. And I can put a pipe wrap down into the water and stretch it's 50 feet, stretches the full length, put it inside of a PVC with some holes drilled in it, and I can keep this thawed out. And I just have this one area to maintain for water for all 12 cages right here. I've done a lot of videos on that. So we've got the same thing over here. I've got all the females in here, and I call this my condo because it's 2 layers, and then there's another one on the other side. And I've got the same thing with the gutters in here. They pull right out. I can wash them out and slide them back in there, and that seems to work the best for me. Now let's check on the chicks that we hatched. This broody hen and one of the Silkies hatched these chicks. Let me go around here, and they're all excited now, running around. But they're doing really well, starting to get feathers. Now, these 2 broody hens, the Silkie one I put back in the other coop because they fight. They hatched 13 chicks. 2 of them accidentally got squashed by the hen's feet, and 2 of them I gave away because they were a mix. And I just want Silkie hens is all I want. So the roosters will call those out later. But they're really enjoying this. Oh, I've got to get some feed from them. Boy, they're going through the feed like crazy. As soon as I finish this video, I'm going to get them some feed. I'll tell you what I can do temporarily is I can move this feeder that's up here. I can move it down here. It's got a little tiny bit of feed left in it. And then we can finish up this video. I can come back and check on them a little later. I want to show you what all I've had to do over here to accommodate these pigs and the changes I've made. Now I call this area here FEMA Camp 2. I mean, I call this colony the second colony right here, and it has the FEMA camps on the far side. I've got 5 what I call FEMA camps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 FEMA camps down through there. But I had to get the electric fence tape and put that up, because the pigs were coming up and just digging the fence up, and they actually escaped a couple of times. I also put in the 12-inch, you can see the 12-inch chicken wire fencing that I laid in there, and I used the yard staples like this, these little yard staples to hold it down right there, and then I just clipped it on right here with the rabbit cage clips. So that gave me an extra 12 inches to keep the pigs from, getting out. But they were still working on it, trying to get out. Of course, I want this to be the rabbit colony also, so I had to get that done for the rabbits coming in here also. But the electric fence stopped them. Once I put that up, they quit digging on that. So, like I said, we have the 2 pigs. We traded the goats and some cash, and got the 2 pigs right there. And I'm going to build them a little, with these concrete blocks, I'm going to build them a little shelter back in there. Right now they've got this plastic shelter, but I'd like to move it out out into the field. So I'm going to build them an area back there, and then in here I'm going to build a little area with these blocks that it can just be a sheet of plywood and some felt paper or whatever, just something quick right in there, so that the rabbits, that'll be the rabbit area. It's not going to be the chicken area. It's going to be where the rabbits can get in. And what I'll do is, this gate will be closed tight, and I'll put in one of those 6-inch plastic pipes going in. That way the rabbits can get in, but the chickens and the pigs can't, and they'll have their little food right there. Now, I do have a male and female in here now. I'll show you. We'll have to sneak up on them. See them right there? See, they'll probably dart away, but they're right there underneath that piece of plastic. So there's a male and female right there, and I tossed them in here because they had gotten out of their cages and they were roaming around the property, and they've dug a den underneath of the Silkie coop right here. And I believe she's pregnant, so she'll probably, have her kits down here underneath. Oh, she already has. Okay, so now you can see right here, you see that little ball of hair down there. I don't see it moving, so she's still pulling out hair and making a den right there. But you can see she's got a bed going right there. You can tell when she actually has the kits, the hair will, the fibers of the hair will be moving when they're down on, they'll be underneath of all that, but you'll see the hair moving. You'll know that she's laid some kits in there. So I'm going to pull this plastic back up and put some concrete blocks to hold it, so that she can keep them dry right there. The problem with this is they're eating the chicken feed, so I want to keep them out of this area, and I'll have to try to build another one of my tunnels that is up high, and it'll come out, and it'll have the diving board, I call it, where the chickens can hop up and down to that diving board. And I don't know if the Silkies will be able to do that. I don't see them hopping and fluttering very often, so we'll have to see. But I can show you over here. We walked by it a minute ago. This is the other what I call diving board and the tunnel. Now this is for the copper marans, and they have actually found this, and they hop down and hop up, no problem. Now I had the ramp up there so that they could learn it. The pigs have already knocked it over, but I saw them hop up last night, so they figured it out how to hop up there, and that keeps the rabbits from getting into their area and eating their feed. So that works out real good. Now another thing I've done is I brought this rabbit cage. You can see I just put it in this rabbit cage right here, and it has 2 feeders, one right there, and one right there. Rabbit J feeders in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in another pipe, another 6-inch round pipe right here, and the rabbits can go in and they can access their rabbit food in there, and that'll keep the pigs from getting into their food. So I've just got to get some more pipe and cut the hole and stick the pipe in there. And then my next male, female colony rabbits, I'll just put them right in here and I'll feed them in here. Then I'll have a cap on the pipe, and once they get familiar with this is their feeding area, then we'll pull the plug on this and they'll have green. They'll be able to come out here and eat this greenery out here. And they'll have another place over there with the tunnel, like the 6-inch pipe tunnel like I was talking about, into that area. And it'll be closed off so the chickens can't get in there. And that's how I'm going to do the colony for this. The pigs will be in here. The pigs will be in here. They'll have the back corner where it's shaded. They'll have access to that and a shelter. Then the rabbits will have this one with this little FEMA camp right here. They'll have a pipe right there, and this is the piece of plywood that I drop hay down in there for them into that box I built. It has hinges on top, has a lid, and they can access that. And then we'll do, hopefully, the diving board tunnel idea for the Silkies will work right there. We'll have to try. You know, like I said, we finally got the copper marans figured it out. They actually just got up. They've been in their coop all morning, hanging out, sleeping in late. I want to show you one of the real project that I'm working on right now. These keeping up with the pigs and the chickens and all of that is actually my side activity. The main thing I'm trying to get done is the fencing. So you may have seen in one of my other videos that I built this little cart here for the vintage cub cadet. And what this is this is the chicken wire. This is the I might actually have to put the recorder down. And now what I want to show you is I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna turn it and show you how it does. So I built this plywood, and this thing actually turns so that I'll be able to roll out the wire right like that. It's got these cables. I'm gonna make these cables a little bit tighter, and I'm gonna tighten the hitch up a little tiny bit. But that's what's going on there. So I have a video in there where I'm building that thing, but basically it's just an old little trailer frame right there with some heavy-duty tires on it. I've got the latch right there. You just pull that latch, and the 6x6 up here, it lays down right like that, and then you can just slide the really I rolled the trailer in and slid the 6x6 in, and then I ran the cables while it was still laying down. I ran the cables and tightened it up, and then I just put the little blocks right there, stood it up, and dropped a quick pin right in there. So we'll see how that works, pulling the wire out and stretching the wire. We're going to get that project going here real soon. I didn't get to show you, but the last video I did on the garden, I had plowed it. But I actually put the tiller on the Cub Cadet, and I came out here and tilled it, and I planted the seedlings already. Both the ones that sweet little Ingrid germinated, and the ones that I picked up from the hardware store. It was supposed to rain. This was last night. They were calling for major rain. So I was rushing to get the seedlings all planted out here for the fall garden. and they're all in. You can barely see them because they are some of them are kind of small, but there is probably 6 or 7, maybe 8 rows of fall greens out there. So I did get those in before the rain last night, so they got a good, nothing better than all natural rain. You can put all the well water you want on your plants, but when they get the actual rain, they really do well with that, especially when they're first planted. So this is the other colony. I call this the upper garden, upper colony, and you can see the tunnel with the little diving board on it. And these black marans have not figured it out yet. They have not come up the ramp and found the tunnel and gone out. They really want to get out of this little area, but they just haven't figured that out yet. They're still trying to figure it out. And if you've kept up with my other videos, you know that I used to have about 6 or 7 rabbits in that rabbit cage back there. There's the gutter system that I use, which allows for it's into the garden area 1 foot. So, you know, if there's sheep, goats, or chickens or rabbits in the colony over there, they can drink right from the gutter. If there's rabbits in the rabbit house right there where that plywood is, then the rabbits can drink from it. And with this door closed on the dog kennel, this rabbit area, this gutter sticks into where the chickens can drink from it. Then I only have just that one gutter to put my pipe warmer in to keep it thawed out for the winter, and yet it will water the chicken area here, the rabbit area there, and the goats, pigs, or whatever happens to be in the garden, sheep at the time. It'll water them all right from that one trough right there. Wow, that's a lot going on. I may just go ahead and walk you out here and show you what I've done. This is all just in the last 2 or 3 days. One of the big things about YouTube video I'm finding out is you really have to follow along to keep up with what's going on, because it's a process. It's an ongoing process out here. I've got all the T-posts stacked up right there for the fence I'm getting ready to do, and you can see Sophie sitting right there enjoying the day, and there's Hannah. We just got her. She's a little bit older, so I doubt we'll do any breeding with her, and we'll see if Sophie's pregnant from Moon Pie. See how that goes. But I bought one of those type of metal things that you screw into the ground. You wind it. It's like a big corkscrew, and you wind it down in the ground. And I bought a couple of chains and collars for them. So they're just tethered out here for right now until we can get the fence up. So needless to say, there's just a lot of pressure on getting the fence done. I've got the gates. The gate is all in, and the corner posts are in. It's just a matter of starting over here in the corner and stretching a string line and getting the T-post in, and getting that fence going. Like I said, I've got the T-post laying right here. I've got another pile of T-posts way over on the other side of the property, and that'll be what we're gonna do. This after lunch here, we're going to string the line and start marking the posts, the T-post locations. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody watching, and this is definitely a come grow with us video. So let me know what you think, and I appreciate everybody's comments. Have a great day.